resurrecting the 4-H clubs. It's something that we are looking at, especially with the schools. I think awareness is very important to us, awareness of the environment and awareness of our natural resources.
Management of natural resources was on the minds of those who attended the roundtable discussion with visiting representatives from the Western Forestry Leadership Coalition. The delegation of 6 state and federal forestry officials are on a fact-finding mission to Guam and neighboring islands over the next few days. Some of their discussion with local leaders centered on the development of the Department of Agriculture's new biosecurity division, forestry management, and education of Guam's younger generations. Assistant U.S. Attorney Karen Johnson also expresses her concerns with the lack of trees in many paved areas of the island.
Guam is getting paved over. You go down like to the Jonestown Palos, and you look at all of the little medical buildings that are going on around there. Man, they're paving right up to the property line. They might have an occasional ornamental as their concession to greenery, but Guam's getting paved over, and I wish we could do something about that.
Of course, one of the biggest issues brought up was the military buildup and how it will affect at least 10% of the island's forestry resources, or 5,000 acres, according to Forestry Chief Joe Mofness. He says it's time for action.
Let's stop talking. Let's start doing something about it. So, and I really appreciate senators for listening to what I have to say and taking it seriously.
Coconut Rhinoceros Beetle Eradication Project Operations Chief Roland Kitagwa also talks about issues with the island's invasive species. He says with $800,000 already spent on combating the rhino beetle infestation, it's a good time to come together to control what's going on with forestry before the military buildup reaches its peak.
If the military buildup goes into full swing and we end up with the traffic running back and forth, we put the U.S. mainland and Hawaii at risk of invasives. So I'll tell you now that by law, and my hat's off to the senators here, because they said not only are we going to form the Guam Invasive Species Council, but you've got 30 days to meet and make sure you get up and running.
Despite extreme climate differences, Alaska State Forester Chris Meisch says he finds similarities between Guam and Alaska, with culture, sustainability, and quality of life issues all linked to the health of the land. The outgoing council chair mentions there's also a common thread with limited resources nationwide due to the economy.
Not too much different than Alaska. A lot of our economic well-being is tourism, it's fishing. And in our case, we have oil, which is very fortunate because that helps with some of the revenue generation that allows us to fund some of the programs that we have. And I think we will definitely compile some thoughts after this trip, and we'd be happy to share those with your body. And I think this is just the beginning of a more in-depth involvement of our organization here.